Hello my friends, Ultimus here, again bringing you another video, this time around focused on warriors yet again. This time not focusing on one specific spec, but we're going to be doing an overall view, all three specs, as we are coming pretty close to what I feel is a close on the Warlords of Draenor. This could be close to, or potentially my final thoughts on warriors, their state, what's going to be good, what's not, how I feel their damage is, how they play, etc. Over the past week, there's been quite a few beta builds that have rolled out, and warriors got quite a few buffs. Fury did, Arms did, all around. They got quite a nice bit of love. As you'll see in the clips displaying all three specs, Fury protection with the Gladiator spec, and then Arms, definitely a high output of damage. There's no problem with our damage whatsoever, any spec. All that being said, it does feel as though Fury is definitely left behind when it comes to arena, as opposed to Arms and prot spec with Gladiator stance. Arms is definitely doing a lot more damage, seeing success with either sudden execution as a talent or slam. I feel like either one works great and it doesn't necessarily affect your damage too much, though slam is nice to have for a filler if you don't want to rely on just whirlwind. Having Blade Storm as an option now is fantastic. I do believe the percentage is still at 160% weapon damage that you do from Blade Storm, so it's definitely a contender for talent choice. Probably not necessarily something you're going to want to use in threes, but it definitely gets the job done in twos. But again, we'll see what happens when everything comes to live and the PvP season starts kicking in. Gladiator stance, still face roll, still does a ton of damage. As far as I'm concerned, it does do more damage than Arms. Not much since the buffs came out to Fury and Arms, but it still does more damage. Just some of the shield slams you'll see coming out here, just massive. I mean, nothing that Mortal Strike can even come close to. But all in all, Arms, I do feel, is still going to be the go-to arena spec for serious PvP. Gladiator stance, prot warriors, and fury warriors definitely going to be a ton of fun in BGs. You'll probably see a lot of Gladiator stance warriors in 2v2s for caps. Probably in 5s as well, since 5s tends to get a bit silly sometimes. I do believe warriors are in a good spot, whether you like, love, hate, don't mind, whatever, wherever you fall in that spectrum regarding their rotation. But overall, their play is still aggressive, just the way I like it, and I do feel like they are going to be a contender for a strong class come Warlords of Draenor Live. With everything good going on, I still do miss Overpower, and I thought that would wear off. I thought that was just a gnarly case of the nostalgias, and I try to not get caught up in that, but I do miss it as a filler. I like it as a skill, I like it as a filler, and that being gone while I've had time to adjust to it now, and it's almost weird having it now when I go back to play live. I still miss it, wish we'd have it, but Blizzard has made it pretty clear they have no intention of bringing it back for us, so we'll just have to adjust. Still not necessarily happy with Whirlwind as our big filler. It does hit hard, but I still don't find it useful in every situation, obviously, which is again why I tend to like taking Slam, because I like the way it stacks, I like the way it works, especially since with sudden execution you don't get that bonus from the extra rage, but I feel like that one might be completely preferential, and depending on how percentage of attacks with weapon damage and gear stacks as the seasons go on, you might see sudden execution be the talent of choice. I believe all three specs are going to be strong. Now let's talk about Fury for a little bit. The biggest problem Fury had was its damage was just too low. They removed Colossus Smash, and that was a move in the right direction, but the damage was still a little bit too low. So with the most recent beta build, they buffed the damage that Fury does, and you can feel it. So Fury is in a better spot than it was. Still not necessarily your optimal spec for arenas, but I can definitely see how it will still be strong come BGs. At this point, I feel like your best companion to do any arenas with, whether it's 2s and obviously 3s, is going to be a healer. As an Arms or a Fury warrior, you don't necessarily have all the tools in your kit to defend yourself like you used to, so having a healer there is nice, and it fits the play style of warriors very well. And Warlords, very aggressive, getting out there, just getting up to your knees in dirt and just trucking along and doing as much damage as you can, and of course that's going to get dicey if they're pumping damage into you. So definitely having that healer is going to help, especially because healers are so strong right now, especially hybrid healers. It's ridiculous. Drawing close to my final thoughts on warriors, this potentially could be my final thoughts video, so I don't really want to say it will, just in case any other beta builds come out. But if things stay the same, definitely looking forward to playing my warrior when it comes to live. All three specs are fun and have their place, and I don't see how any one of them could be punished for being played. Still putting money on Arms being the go-to arena spec for serious PvP, overall Warriors are in a good spot. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the clips. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Make the ground shake.